Some guys asked me about how I, on my speed birds, how I balance the tail hub. My birds were very smooth all the way up to about 5,000 RPM on the head. And then I started getting a little bit of a, like a residual vibe, harmonic vibe, whatever you want to call it. And I could make it past it going up to the 6,000. But now I've been doing this for all my birds just to kind of eliminate it. Take your hub off. Leave your grub screw in there. Take your hub off. Tighten up the blades so that when you pull out on them, it's just as if it's flying. You can use a feathering shaft for the OXY. It fits through the shaft perfect. Just don't tighten your grub screw. That way you don't mar up the feathering shaft. And make sure you're just use your OXY blades again. Your whatever ones you have. And put them on there. Make sure that both blades are straight up and down. With the balance and stuff. And then if you drop, then add weight to the opposite one. Find it, in your dead center, which, pretty much you can eyeball the center. But just put a small piece of tape, and then you'll put it on there and see how it goes again. Generally what I do is, like, when I get real close, then just give it a blow. And watch it and see how it rocks. And if it's a smooth rock and evens out every time, then you know that they're balanced. But if one consistently hangs lower than the other one, then your balance is off. So, just sit and do this and watch how smooth it rolls and rocks. And if it's consistent, no matter where you put tape on. Now, I haven't balanced this one yet. I'm just kind of showing you how I do it. Now, this one actually is pretty decent. This is off one of my sport birds. It's rocking nice and easy. It's not hanging on one side more than the other. So, yeah, see now she's just sitting right there. Now, if one of them was heavier than the other, we'd get that right there. And now the momentum keeps it going. I might have it a little bit off, but, the smoother or the more level you can get the blades, the better it is. This is just for the demonstration. But, yeah, you see how they're nice and balancing out there? So I wouldn't touch these for any tape because of the way they're, rocking back and forth evenly. A little bit of that might be the fact that the grub screw is actually hanging out a little bit more than when it's on the actual shaft. So it's throwing the weight off a little bit. But I'll sit and I'll do this with my speed birds the other night. I sat and I did this for 1 hour, then I ate supper, and I did it for another hour. Just balancing them out. I had that really bad vibe, and then once I did this and balanced them out, I installed my my hub assembly on my speed, and all the way up to 6,000, all the way through. It was nice and smooth. I had no vibes. But that's how I go through and I balance my whole hub assembly. Like I said, this is just my normal blades, my 285s from the speed. And now I'll just take this out so it's looser, the grub screw. And this is just one of my feathering shafts for my OXY. You don't tighten the grub screw on it tight, so you don't risk marring it. But that's all it is. And you just, I just use rubbing alcohol on the blades, those little alcohol wipes, and then I'll just use clear duct tape, and I'll just put a small tab on each one. Like at first I'll start out with a little tab, maybe like 2 millimeters wide or whatever, about this wide, a 1/4 inch wide for me. I'm not used to millimeters. And then maybe about 1 inch long, that way it wraps over the whole blade and it won't fly off. And then you just keep adjusting by you know, how close you are to the balance. Your first blade, you kind of guess on, you know, you'll be putting it on there, and whichever one hangs down, just add it to the opposite one, and then just add and subtract from the size of your piece of tape by how the balance goes. But that's how I balance my whole hub assembly with my blades on it, and it's been working really good on my speeds. I haven't had a problem. I've been able to run them super smooth at 6,000 plus RPMs on the head. Hope this tip helps you out to get any vibes out. If you have vibes that you're trying to chase down and you can't find them, and if you take off this whole hub assembly off and leave your pulley shaft in your tail and it's rock solid smooth, go ahead and balance out your whole hub assembly. Thank you much. Have a good day.